This is something na hindi mo dapat nakakalimutan. Sino po ang importer nitong 6.4 billion na shabu?
Ang alam kong nag-import, sila Taguba.
Ang may-ari po kasi ng warehouse is si Richard Tan.
Kung parehas nyo pong nahuli, yung shabu at yung tao, you might be correct. Hindi po kayo nalusutan. Pero nahuli nyo yung shabu, hindi nyo nahuli yung tao, nalusutan ang BOC. You said, you admitted with the documents which are being required during importer's accreditation, walang kayang itagong information ang importer sa inyo. Now, the question is, sino po ang importer nitong 6.4 billion na shabu?
Hindi ko na po matandaan, ma'am, kung sino po yung importer niyan. That importation has been a subject of a long court litigation.
I understand, Commissioner, but this is an incident which really shook the BOC, especially during your term. Tama po ba yun?
Yes, ma'am. If I may...
And of course, the first question that you wish to be answered, considering na may nakapasok na 6.4 billion na shabu, sino ang nagpasok nito sa Pilipinas? I want to refresh your memory, Commissioner Faeldon. Walang makakapag-import without the importer's accreditation. You likewise said, what with the ample requirements which are being required from the importer, walang kayang itagong information ang importer from the Bureau of Customs. Now, we are talking about this specific shipment that pertains to 6.4 billion of shabu, which shook the Bureau of Customs and even your leadership of the BOC when this shabu was apprehended in the Valenzuela warehouse. Question, Commissioner. This is something na hindi mo dapat nakakalimutan. Sino po ang importer nito?
I would like to be given time to check on who's the specific importer of that shabu, ma'am. But the sequence of that apprehension, I can relate to this court,
If
Your
I
Honor.
may interrupt, Commissioner Faeldon, would you agree with me if I would say that as head of the BOC, nalusutan ka ng 6.4 billion na shabu, nakapasok sa bansa, that is equivalent to 604 kilos. Diba? The first question that will pop up in your mind, sino ang nagpasok nito? Because you are answerable during that time, at least being the head of the Bureau of Customs. I find it strange that an incident as big as this during the time ay makakalimutan nyo po. This is something na hindi nyo dapat makalimutan because it casted doubt to your
Your Honor,
leadership as head of the BOC.
Ang alam kong nag-import, sila Taguba. But I want to be corrected if hindi po sila ang nag-import niya. Nagparating sa bansa. Yung importer mismo, in the packing list, because this is, ma'am, if I be given just 1 minute to explain this, so that you are correct, ma'am, the nation has to know the truth about this. You may agree or disagree with me, ma'am, but please give me a chance to. Because this has been tackled by the nation in 2017. This importation, ma'am, the existence of a possible shabu that came into the country was relayed to us by Chinese customs. I received the information 10 o'clock in the evening. By 2 a.m. following day, that's just 4 hours, nahanap na po namin kung naasen siya. So that's why I beg to disagree that nakalusot po sa amin. Hinanap ko po, ma'am, because I was given the information that there's a shabu, possible shipment of shabu, na galing sa China. And the information was given to us. So I give instruction to the intelligence division. I give them the information and they look for it. So that is how this shabu came in. At nahanap po namin, ma'am, not a single kilo went to the streets. I think yung sinasabing nalusutan, yes, I take the responsibility since 2017. But if you read the Customs Modernization and Tariff Act, there's a clear delineation of the tasking of the commissioner and the customs collector. And in that law, it's very specific that only the collector has the right to release shipments. So of the 38 ports, it is impossible for the commissioner to check every shipment. That's why it is delineated to them by the law. The verification and authority to release all those shipments does not rely on the commissioner anymore. It is now on the individual port collectors. So, but when I received the information that there is a possible importation of shabu that passed through customs, it took us 4 hours to locate that, ma'am. And I want to take that as something that I did good, contrary to the perception that I let it go. I did not let it go, Your Honor.
Commissioner Faeldon, let me complete the context of my question. When this representation made use of the term nalusutan, nahuli niyo yung shabu, pero hindi niyo nahuli yung importer. And today, I am asking you, sino ang importer? You cannot even say. An information which is supposed to be highly important because of the huge amount of prohibited drugs which were apprehended by you. Hindi ho ba quite strange yan na hindi nyo matandaan or perhaps you did not bother to check sino po ang importer nito? For me, Commissioner Faeldon, it is not enough that you apprehended the shabu. You should have arrested the people responsible for the shipment of shabu as well. Kung parehas nyo pong nahuli, yung shabu at yung tao, you might be correct. Hindi po kayo nalusutan. Pero nahuli nyo yung shabu, hindi nyo nahuli yung tao, I hope, with all due respect, you will understand why I use the terminology nalusutan ang BOC.
Yes, Your Honor.
So let me go back to my question, Commissioner Faeldon. Would you like to...
Mr. Chair, in the indulgence of Congressman Luistro, hindi yata sinagot ni Commissioner Faeldon kung sino yung importer. Please tell us kung sino yung importer.
I will tell you immediately after I get the name, Your Honor. I do not want to be saying person here na hindi pala siya. I want to make sure that siya po yun, sir. I am asking someone to...
Then you do not
have it
even know
verified
right
to me.
now? You're not even sure right now? Ba, ay pambihira naman buhay ito. You should be sure right now. Kung nakahuli kayo ng ganyan, hindi nyo alam kung sino yung importer?
Sir, gusto ko lang sana ma-verify talaga, sir. Kasi
Well, you
I
better
cannot
tell us
remember
later
the
on who.
specific name anymore, sir. So,
Because look, you'll be accountable to this. Nakahuli kayo ng shabu, inamin mo. Pero hindi mo alam kung sino yung importer.
sir, within the day, within this hearing, I will name kung sino po yun, ma'am. I just want to make sure that
Thank you, Mr.
I will
Chair.
get
Thank
the
you,
correct name, Your
Congresswoman
Honors.
Luistro.
Yes.
Mr. Chair,
Yeah, please
if I may
proceed.
continue. Sir, medyo naputol po tayo dun sa importers accreditation. Let me continue that line, Commissioner Faeldon. Kung meron na pong importers accreditation, then the importer can actually start facilitating the process. Tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what importation documents need to be submitted this time to the Bureau of Customs?
There's a packing list that's supposed to enumerate the items and the quantities of these commodities to be imported from other countries.
Aside from the packing list, sir, ano pong documents pa ang dapat isubmit sa BOC? This is the importation proper already. The importer already secured the accreditation. So, mag-i-import na siya. What documents need to be submitted to the BOC? You mentioned about the packing list. What else, Commissioner?
The specific term, ma'am, I cannot mention it, but these are the invoices of these commodities from the corporation or from the manufacturer. You get these commodities. This is to attest that the amount you specify there is correct. Dito po yung invoice from the manufacturers where these commodities will be coming from, Your Honor.
The packing list contains the description and the quantity of the goods, correct? While the commercial invoice contains the value.
The
of
value,
goods.
ma'am, because this is where the tariff will be computed once these commodities arrive in the country,
And
Your
when
Honor.
you say tariff, it means importation tax.
Yes, Your Honor.
Does it include bill of lading, Commissioner?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ano po bang nilalaman naman itong bill of lading in the interest of the Filipino people?
Until you physically open the commodities in their packaging, it is very hard to assume that these are exactly the same as it is stated in those documents, Your Honor.
Yes, but with respect to the document bill of lading itself, what do we see from the bill of lading?
The shipment where these commodities will be coming in.
Can you please cite the information we see from the bill of lading?
Yung mga anong barko siya nakasakay, what are the containers, so that this can be tracked.
Containers, reference number?
Yes, sir. Meron tayo. Ma'am, meron yang, these are international numbers that can be tracked by all customs agencies in the world. Kaya po meron number itong mga containers na to.
Pag sinabi niyo po bang tracking number, ito po bang binanggit ko kanina about the 6.4 billion shabu, MCLU 600, 1881, ito po ba yung international tracking number?
Yes, ma'am. That's why our Chinese counterpart gave us that number, and we were able to trace where that truck was delivered.
You are saying that the information, the source of your information is your Chinese counterpart.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, what other informations can we get from the bill of lading, sir? We have the international tracking number. I suppose we can see from the bill of lading the name of the shipper, the
Yes,
name
ma'am.
of the importer.
The date that's supposed to the arrival of these
How about
commodities in the
the
country.
country of origin,
Exactly, ma'am. It's part
country
of
of
it.
destination,
Yes, ma'am.
the port of unloading,
Yes, ma'am.
the consignee,
Yes, ma'am.
and the shipping line.
Yes, ma'am.
Can we determine through the bill of lading also the people facilitating the shipment here in the Philippines, apart from the importer, like for example, custom broker?
The brokers. Pardon me, but I am not real particular if it's the brokerage is part of that, or it's a different transaction that a broker
So you
will.
are not certain. You are not certain. If
Yes,
the
ma'am. I'm not
broker's
very
name
sure whether
is
it's the
indicated
broker is
also.
included there. I'm not sure, ma'am.
Saan po ginagamit, sir, yung special certificate or permit? This is among the documents which are being submitted to BOC. Saan po ba ginagamit to? Saan goods ito applicable? Or what kind of importation requires special certificates or permit?
I think some government importation,
For example po,
the importation of some government requirements that does not require payment of tariff they may have different and special importation permit, Your Honor.
Can we cite as example firearms and ammunitions if the Philippine government, for example, is importing some?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ano po yung special permit na tinutukoy doon?
The specifics of the permit, I cannot.
And that permit is issued by the Philippine government?
They have to get. There's so many government agencies that they have to pass through. There's an approval from the Philippine National Police, from the finance. When you get this special permit, it's a multi government agencies that approves that permit, and Customs Commissioner is not part of those who will approve it. It's secretary levels and multi-government agencies, Your Honor.
Halimbawa po, mag-import ako ng luxury vehicles. May special permit po bang kailangan doon?
I would like to report back to you, ma'am, if importation of luxury is required to have a special permit. But second-hand luxury, not allowed, definitely, is, except when there's specific, I don't know if there's specific law that allows importation of second-hand or slightly used luxury, but I would like to revert back to you, ma'am, if importation of luxuries requires special permit, Your Honor.
How about if I will be importing high-end branded garments or bags? Special permit required din po ba?
I think the brand owner has to have a certificate that this specific, let's say, Hermes, are we talking about? Yes. They have to certify that these are genuine.
So the certification being referred to here is issued by the company of the high-end brand.
Yes, ma'am, because if this brand came into the country without those certification, they are subject to apprehension, Your Honor.
I have this information that among the importation documents also is the classification of goods. Do you confirm this?
Yes, Your Honor.
And among the classification of goods, kasama po dyan yung general merchandise.
Yes, ma'am. Diyan yung general merchandise po, yun yung medyo magulo kasi there's so many commodities that's classified general merchandise. So diyan po tayo nagkakaroon ng maraming problema sa ating peer, sa ating
Can you
court.
please enlighten us, Commissioner? Ano po ba yung problemang na-generate nitong classification na general merchandise?
Mag-import ng, let's say, mga non-branded sapatos, mga damit, pero hahaluan na yan ng kung ano-ano na high-end commodity or prohibited commodities. Usually, dun sa general merchandise, tayo nagkakaroon ng problema. So, pinapasok na nila dun yung mga kontrabando. So, hindi siya nakalista dun sa packing list nila. Talagang dun sa general merchandise, yun po yung madalas maabuso nung importer. And the brokers, sometimes the brokers, they really don't care kung ano yung laman ng containers. So, yan po yung nagkaroon tayo ng, that's where the corruption and so many other problems come into play, yung sa general merchandise, Your Honor.
Commissioner, I will go back to you. Mr. Taguba, I remember during your previous testimony, you made mention of general merchandise in relation to TARA system. Can you enlighten us on this?
Your Honor, yung general merchandise po, iba-iba po kasing may-ari nun. So,
Iba-iba ang may-ari.
Opo. Yung isang container, pwedeng may footwear, pwedeng may kitchenware. So, iba-iba. Hindi naman siya kontrabando, pero hindi siya dinedeclare kasi mahaba eh. Pag i-declare mo siya, ang may-ari ng container, ay yung may-ari ng produkto, sobrang dami ng laman ng isang container eh. So, hahaba yung ililist mong items. So, ang ginagawa, pag general merchandise, pipili na lang ng ilan na papayagan naman ng BOC So yun na lang i-declare.
In other words, mayroong nakalista, mayroong hindi.
Yes. General description po.
And for some whose intention really is to engage in importation of contraband, sinasadya nila na gamiting classification yung general merchandise para mailusot those which are prohibited.
Magagamit po siya sa...
Like
ganun
shabu.
din. Pwede po.
Yun bang 6.4 billion, if you still remember, Mr. Taguba, was it classified also as general merchandise?
Pwede ko po bang i-clarify muna yung sinabi ni Commissioner Faeldon? Kung
Yes.
okay lang po.
Commissioner Faeldon, let me continue with the process, please. Once all these documents for importation are submitted to BOC, ano po bang sunod na gagawin? Let us say that the importation are already loaded in the cargo vessel, in the process of being shipped to the Philippines. What should be the next step?
Excuse me, Congresswoman Luistro, I believe your question earlier about the system that you asked Mr. Taguba, I think he's ready to
give the answer?
to give the answer to you. Before we ask another opinion from Commissioner Faeldon. So,
Yes.
Your
please
Honor,
proceed.
Your Honor, nasa akin na yung pangalan ng importer. So, I would like to say it now. Yung tinanong nyo kanina, Your Honor, kung sino yung nag-import.
Okay, sige, ganito muna. You hold on to your horses, Mark. Let us listen first to Commissioner Faeldon. Sige, Commissioner.
Yung importer po, ma'am, is a company na EMT Trading.
EMT Trading.
Yes, ma'am. And yung registered owner ay si Irene May Tatad. Nakakulong po yata ito ngayon, Your Honor. I would like Mr. Taguba to correct me if I'm wrong because I think siya yung I think he knows it.
Okay,
so
sige.
kung mali yung aking sinabi, I would...
So, ang consignee dun sa importation na yon ay EMT Trading. Tama, Commissioner?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
The registered owner is Irene May Tatad. I'm sure Mr. Taguba may clarify this if this is wrong or not.
Oh, sige.
Your Honors, thank
Okay.
you.
So, earlier, si Congresswoman Luistro asked a question to Mr. Taguba with regards to the sistema, no? Yung sistema, paano dinideclare ang goods kung ang laman ay kontrabando. Sige, please continue.
Yes po, Your Honor. Pero po, ang tanong po ni Anpo ay kung yung ba ay may shabu doon galing sa container na yon. Naalala ko po kasi sinabi lang kanina ni former Commissioner Faeldon na merong information from China. So, meron pong nag-testify sa court, taga-BOC, si Rainier Ragos po. Ang tinestify po niya sa court is yung warehouse po, kung saan po yung natagpuan yung shabu. Wala pong container na nakalagay doon sa text message na yun.
Excuse me, Mark. Anong ibig mong sabihin? Yung may-ari ng warehouse, ang consignee?
Ay, yung sa shabu po na yung sinasabi po niyang information from China.
So, an information was shared to Commissioner Faeldon, no? By your counterpart from China. And the information was, merong shabu ang warehouse.
Yun po ang information. Pero ang sabi po kasi kanina ni former Commissioner Faeldon, merong container number na binigay. Pero doon po sa korte na nag-testify po itong si Rainier Ragos, wala pong container number kasi text message po yun. Warehouse lang po.
Mr. Chair, I wish to be
Please proceed.
clarified. Mark, yun bang nahuli sa warehouse, container ba yun or yung metallic cylinder lang?
Yun po, metallic cylinder lang po.
Wala na yung container.
Wala na po, ito po yung timeline po niya. Na-deliver yung container May 24, nagka-raid na siya May 26 na siya.
In other words, the other merchandise inside this MCLU 600 1881 were delivered actually to their respective owners. And it was the metallic cylinder only which was discovered in the warehouse in Valenzuela.
Pero pwede ko rin pong sabihin na pwedeng hindi doon ang galing yung metal cylinder dahil hindi naman nakita yung unloading. Pag tinignan nyo po yung logbook nila, may mga ibang container na na-deliver doon. So, sa tingin ko, na ituro lang yung container na yun, meron din akong text message no, na nanggaling kay Kenneth Dong na nung araw na yun mismo, nangihingi siya ng dokumento nung container number na MCLU 600-1881. Tinanong ko siya kung bakit, pero hindi na siya nag-reply. Ako naman, dahil parang wala naman sa akin yun, binigay ko na lang. Ang duda ko kasi, yun yung naging dahilan kaya naituro yung container na yun. Siguro kung hindi ako nagbigay ng dokumento na yun nung time na yun, baka hindi yun yung naiturong container.
Would you know the reason why Kenneth Dong was asking for the documents of that particular container?
Si Kenneth Dong po kasi, middleman lang po siya. So, ang may-ari po kasi ng warehouse is si Richard Tan. Pero hindi kilala ni Kenneth Dong si Richard Tan, si Manny Lee lang. So, may middleman pa uli. Kung hindi po ako nagkakamali, nag-hearing na po sa Senate ito noon, nang hingi ng dokumento si Manny Lee sa kanya. Ito, itong MCLU 600-1881. So siya naman, hiningi rin niya sa akin, parang ano lang. Tapos binigay ko sa kanya, binigay niya kay Manny Lee, ayun siguro nakarating kay Richard Tan, yun ay naituro na container. So, hindi ko, ano lang po ito parang assumption ko lang po, theory ko lang po. Kasi wala namang container na natagpuan doon mga cylinder lang po.
Was this container ever discovered during that time? Kung nasan itong container na to?
Wala na po yung container doon nung 2 araw na nakakalipas So, ang nakita na lang doon is yung mga metal cylinder na may nakalagay nga doon na na papel, yung Fidel Anoche D. Yun na yung pinagbasehan nila.
But do you confirm that that container, the shipment inside that container was classified as general merchandise?
Yes, Your Honor.
Kasi per your narration, kapag general merchandise, maraming may-ari, various types of goods. But I wish to emphasize what you said, na pwede yung metallic cylinder ay hindi naman ang galing dun sa container na iyon. Kasi wala ng container na nakita sa loob ng warehouse.
Wala po, hindi po.
If that is the case, Mr. Taguba, what therefore was the basis why you were made accountable for the metallic cylinder when there is no proof that that is one of the contents of that container?
Yun po. Yung packing list naman, kailanman di ko nakita itong packing list na ito
Does the packing list mentions about metallic cylinder?
Wala po. Yung sinasabi kong packing list, yung ANHI packing list, hindi po siya official document. Kailanman di ko siya nakita. Hindi siya sinabit sa BOC. Ang nakakaalam lang nito is si Manny Lee, sila Richard Tan, na yun, di umano, merong metal cylinder.
And I remember you also testified before na you have a packing list with a stamp of the BOC, and another packing list was produced during the hearing in the court without the stamp of the BOC, And that was the one which was appreciated by the court.
Yun po yung nangyari.
Do you still have with you the packing list with the stamp of the BOC?
Ano na lang po, Xerox copy na lang po.
But it still bear the stamp of the BOC?
Yes po. Inano naman siya, verify po siya ng BOC na si Dennis Maniego na ito ay totoong dokumento. So, kahit wala yung original copy kasi sinasubmit syempre sa BOC, kahit Xerox copy lang siya, pinatunayan naman na totoo ito. At gusto ko lang din iklaro yung AFTA. So, ito po yung isang special permit din po ito. Hindi naman permit, kumbaga, para makabawas sa tax. So, ASEAN-China Free Trade Agreement, hindi po ako nagkakamali. Yun po ay may tatak po ng Quarantine Bureau ng China na in-inspect po siya. At gusto ko lang din sabihin na katulad din sa Pilipinas, hindi lahat ng container ini-inspect. So, swerte rin siya at na-inspect siya. So, dapat talaga yung korte, nung in-assess niya, dapat pinanigan niya yung aming dokumento kaysa dun sa informal
What do
packing
you
list
mean
na yun.
when you said swerte siya, na-inspect siya?
Hindi po lahat ng container na i-inspect. Ganon din po. Hindi ganon talaga. Sobrang daming container. So siya, na-inspect siya. Meron siya tatak ng Quarantine Bureau. Pinatunayan sa korte na totoo yun.
You're referring to this MCU 1881?
Yes. Your Honor.
Okay. And then?
Sa kasamaang palad, ang pinanigan ng korte is yung ANHI packing list, na informal packing list na hindi naman sinabmit sa Bureau of Customs. So, yun, hanggang ngayon, inilalaban namin yun. Nag-motion for reconsideration kami with motion to inhibit.
So, you anchored one of the arguments where you anchored your motion for reconsideration is the non-appreciation of the packing list with the stamp of the BOC.
Yes. Pinaka number one po.
Mr. Chair, may I continue?
You have 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Commissioner Faeldon, I recall there's such a thing as declaration of goods with the BOC. Ano po ito, Commissioner?
In paper, I think the declaration of goods is the packing documents where you specify there what are these commodities you're importing and the quantity of each commodity that you'll be importing.
I'm sorry, sir, but based on my research, this is different from the packing list. So, what distinguishes a good declaration from a packing list? Based on my information, ito daw pong good declaration na ito ay isinasubmit sa BOC within certain number of days before the arrival of the shipment.
I would like to ask help from the expert if what's the difference between the two, Your Honor.
I see. And based on your knowledge, Commissioner Faeldon, ano bang purpose nitong good declaration?
Well, in the term itself, that is to give a truthful declaration of what is the importation you're bringing, what is these goods you're importing to the country. I think that's the purpose.
Perhaps it describes also the type of goods and the quantity and the
Exactly,
value.
That's why my assumption is this is the packing list, because that is where the specific type of good quantity is being declared.
Tama po bang sabihin, Commissioner Faeldon, na on the basis of this declaration of goods, the BOC is able to determine whether it will go through the yellow lane, the green lane, or the red lane? Does this good declaration has something to do with the lane where the shipment will go through.
Yes, ma'am. There's an office in the customs that does the vetting of those declaration of good. It is our risk management office. Once all those documents were submitted to the customs, they will start to run that into our system, whether this importation will pass through the physical inspection upon arrival in our ports, or X-ray, or will go to the fast lanes. So it's another office that does the vetting of those actual importation. Our office is called Risk Management Office, Your Honor.
Let me go back to Mr. Taguba. Is it on this stage that the process or the system in the BOC is being manipulated by the TARA system?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
And which office is responsible to determine under which lane the shipment must go through?
Yung mga ano po ba yan? Mga yellow lane, red lane, green lane. RMO po ata.
Anong tawag po sa opisina?
RMO.
Ano pong ibig sabihin ng opisina na yon?
Risk Management Office. Kung di po ako nagkakamali.
So this is the same risk management office that was mentioned by Commissioner Faeldon. Mr. Chair, considering the vital information, I believe, which can be shared by the RMO with respect to the alleged manipulation of this yellow lane, green lane, red lane in relation to the TARA system, I humbly move that we invite for our next hearing the head of the Risk Management Office of the BOC.
Second, Mr. Chair.
Okay, there's a motion to invite the risk management officer of the BOC, the head. Duly seconded. Any objection? Hearing none, the said motion is now approved.
Mr. Taguba, kung ako mag-i-import ng firearms and ammunition, but I will be enrolling myself in the TARA system, alleged by you. So mapupunta ako sa green lane, exempted ako from document inspection, exempted ako from physical examination, malulusot ko ang firearms and ammunitions without knowledge at all of the BOC.
Well, unang-una, hindi po ako papayag na magpasok ng ganyan.
That is only an assumption. That is a hypothetical question.
Pero, yes po, Your Honor.
Yes, because you said the reason why you enrolled yourself to what you allege as Davao Group is to be able to avail of this TARA system, which, as described by Mr. Guban, has been existing in BOC since time immemorial. And the significance of this TARA system, kapag nag-green lane ka, exempted ka sa document inspection, exempted ka din sa physical examination. Do you confirm that?
Yes, sir. Pwede ko po bang dagdagan yun? Hindi naman po, katulad po ng sinabi niya, time immemorial po, nandiyan na po yung TARA. Hindi po naman namin ginusto na pasukin yung TARA system na yan. Kaya naman ginagawa yan, siyempre, yung mga negosyante, kung makakabawas ka ng babayaran, gagawin mo. Lalo na kung itong mga
For some, yes.
Ito pong
But for
nagpapakonsolidate.
some, there is intention really to bring in contraband. Yung iba ang gusto magtipid lang. Pero yung iba, chances are, the intention really is to bring in prohibited items. Would you agree
Yes.
with me?
Yes, Your Honor. Pero katulad po ng sinabi ko, paano naman yung mga maliliit na nagnenegosyo kung yung kalaban nila na nagnenegosyo din, dumadaan sa TARA system, sila naman hindi. paano nila maibibenta yung mga produkto nila na hindi nila kayang tapatan yung presyo ng mga taong yun?
That is just a portion of a bigger perspective, Mr. Taguba. I am more alarmed about the national security of the country considering the manipulation of the entry of goods inside the country. For the information of the Filipino people, based on the previous testimony of our resource persons, kapag enrolled ka sa TARA system, you avail of the green lane, exempted ka sa document inspection, exempted ka sa physical examination. Kung nasa yellow lane ka, exempted ka sa document exemption, inspection, pero hindi ka exempted sa physical examination. Is that correct?
Yes po.
At
Yes, Your
kapag
Honor.
red lane ka, subject ka both to document inspection and to physical examination.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, gusto ko lang malaman kung sino yung naglagay ng mga ganung lane. Yung ba ay due course ng customs o sino ang naglagay nun? Yung red lane, green lane,
BOC na po makakasagot po niyan.
ang BOC na mga kugot nun.
Hindi ko po alam.
Okay, Commissioner Paildon, ano po yung sinasabi ni Mr. Taguba na red lane, green lane? Ano po yun?
Those classifications, hindi lang po yan peculiar sa Pilipinas. Annually, there's a annual Director General's Conference of all customs chiefs in the world. And these are the best practices that has been agreed upon to do. When I assume, matagal na po siya doon.
Ibig sabihin, you confirm na merong ganong classification.
Yes, sir, but I would like to disagree on some of the requirements stated by one of our speaker here that when you pay TARA, nasa green lane ka. I would like to disabuse that because there's stringent requirements before you go there. Most of these corporations that are there, these are international corporations who have proven their honesty in importing commodities. You cannot be importer today and be at the green lane tomorrow.
So,
I
Commissioner Paildon, you affirm, you confirm that there is a TARA system.
Yes, Your Honor. I believe
There
in
is,
that.
oo.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you believe that to be legal.
Pakiuli, sir, di ko na kuha.
Do you believe that to be legal?
It's
The
criminal.
TARA system is legal.
It's criminal, Your Honor.
It is illegal.
Yes, Your Honor.
Illegal yan.
Yes, Your Honor.
But you know that there is.
Of course, Your
And
I
you
know,
did
Your
not
Honor.
do anything to stop it.
I did a lot, sir, Your Honor.
What did you do to stop the TARA system?
Ang una-una,
During
sir.
your time.
Yes, sir. In my small time, there, a little over 1 year, in my first week of stint, I requested all the importers and brokers and appeal to them because I agree with your honors that this is since immemorial and we've been losing maybe trillions already because wala nagbabayad eh. Si Mr. Tagupa sinasabi niya gusto makabawas eh. Ang samang pakinggan eh. Kasi ginugulangan mo na kagad yung bansa eh. Gusto mong kumita, so bawasan mo na kagad yung tariff na babayaran mo. Talagang hindi pwede yan. So I appealed to them. Then after 2 months, unang meeting namin, these are thousands of brokers and importers. I appealed to them na maawa naman kayo sa bansa natin. Yung binabayad yung buwis, para sa atin yan. The second is dun sa trade center. I think more than 2,000 attended. Pero ganun pa rin, sir, eh. Talagang embedded. Marami talagang importers and brokers na gustong kumita. So, I started vetting kung sino itong mga airing. That's why we came up with that 4,000 na dinlist namin. Nagalit sila sa akin, of course, but we are lahat tayo, sir, naglilingkod sa bayan. Sinasabi nga niya, gusto makabawas. Yes, makabawas sila sa kanilang binabayaran, pero yung taong bayan yung nalulugi dyan. So, I think, as far as they are concerned, hindi nila ako nagusto kasi 4,000 nga tinanggal ko sa listahan nila eh. So, those are the process na ginawa ko, Your Honor. Talaga pong...
Commissioner, ang sinabi ni Mark Taguba, gusto nilang makabawas, kaya sila yung nagpupunta roon sa classification ng lanes. Tama ba ako, Mr. Taguba?
Pwede ko po bang sagutin yung sinabi?
Go ahead. Sige po. Sagutin nyo.
Yung sinasabing makabawas, unang-una, hindi namin gusto magtara. Yan naman hindi papansinin yung dokumento mo.
Pag-i-explain muna sa amin, ano ba yung TARA system para sa kaalaman ng taong bayan? Ano ba talaga ang TARA system sa Bureau of Customs? Lagay ba yan? O ano ba yan?
Lagay po. Grease money po ito, TARA.
O ibig sabihin, the TARA system is grease money. Nabanggit nga po ni Commissioner Paeldon, Mr. Chair, na ang TARA system is illegal, di ba? O, tama rin ang sinabi ni Mark Taguba na ito ay grease money o lagay. Ano?
Yes po.
Gaano kataas ang lagay sa isang TARA?
Maabot po ng 10,000 kung di po ako nagkakamali.
Per container?
Per container. Depende po sa opisina.
Anong gusto mong ipaliwanag kanina?
Gusto ko lang ipaliwanag na sinasabi niya na yung mga nagpaparating ng mga produkto nila gusto makabawas kaya nagtatara. Unang-una, hindi nila kailangan magbigay ng tara kung maayos yung BOC. Kung inaasikaso yung mga papel at hindi kailangan magbigay ng buwis para lang asikasuhin ka, walang magbibigay ng tara. So, sabi nga ni Jimmy Guban dito, time immemorial, nandiyan na yan. So, dapat ang ano dyan is yung tara, kung wala yan, yun yung pinaka-problema eh. Hindi kailangan ng mga nagpaparating ng mga produkto na may tara. Kaya sila nagtara kasi yung mga kakumpetensya nila, mas mababa yung binabayarang buwis. Paano ka makikipagkompetensya sa kanila kung mas mababa yung buwis nila?
Commissioner Peldon, kanina nabanggit mo na nababawasan yung ibinibigay sa bayan, no? Itong tara, hindi naman sa bayan ibibigay ito, sa bulsa eh. Di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sa bulsa na ibibigay yan eh.
Yes,
So,
Your
paano
Honor.
mapapaliwanag mo sa amin ngayon na nababawasan yung ibinibigay na dapat na ibigay sa bayan natin?
Tama po kayo, sir. That's why yung first meeting ko sa kanila, this is exactly how I appealed to them. Kung meron kayong alam na erring BOC officer na tumatanggap ng tara, ay pwede nyo bang ireklamo, pumunta kayo sa opisina namin at ibigay nyo sa amin yung pangalan. Sir, after 6 months...
Wala bang sinabi sa'yo, meron ka pa salita, Commissioner, wala bang binanggit sa'yo mga pangalan ng panahon mo? Wala ba?
Sir, nag-appeal ako for 6 months. Of the 12,000 importers and brokers, kahit
Wala.
isa sa kanila, walang nagsabi na mayroon tumatanggap ng tara. So that is our problem. No one is willing among them to complain kung sino yung taga-BOC na tumatanggap.
Ibig sabihin, natatakot po sila magsalita pag wala kayo natatanggap na report. Nakakapagtaka po naman, Commissioner Peldon, pakituruan niyo po ako na hindi niyo po alam kung sino yan, samantalang kayo pong Commissioner.
Your Honor, ang hirap pong mag-akusa ka na wala kang ebidensya. That's why sinasabi ko, tama po, I believe na may tara. That's why in my first 6 months, I appealed to them. Please go to our office and let us know kung sino po itong tumatanggap ng tara.
Hindi talaga maalis ang korupsyon. Pag ganyan.
I would
Ngayon,
like to ask also.
Sino po yung ating ano ngayon? Commissioner La Peña, kayo po ngayon ng ano? Sino ang ating ano ngayon? Sino ang ating BOC ngayon?
Mr. Chair,
Sige po.
I just want
Yes.
to manifest that I am
Yes.
yielding whatever time is remaining for me to Chairman Abante as I need to move to my other committee for a hearing.
So you're yielding your time to...
Yes, Mr. Chair, and I am soliciting the
'Cause the,
permission of the chairman to leave this
Because
committee
the
hearing.
interjection was so long. That's the reason why? Okay, thank you so much, Congresswoman Jinky Luistro. You can proceed.
Mr. Chair, that was not
Co-chair.
actually interjection. It was actually Commissioner
Mr. Chair,
Congressman Luistro
Mr. Chair.
has already
this one is very
Yes.
short, really. This one is very short, just to wind up.
Okay, Congresswoman Jinky Luistro, you are recognized.
About the manipulation of the yellow lane, the green lane, and the red lane. Yung sinasabi po ni Mark Taguba, gusto makabawas, gusto makatipid. That is in as far as the revenue generation perspective of the government is concerned. But I wish to invite the attention of the committee to a bigger perspective. Ang pinag-uusapan po natin dito is not only misdeclaration, but even non-declaration. Paano kung may magpasok ng bomba? Paano kung may magpasok ng mga firearms and ammunitions without the necessary declaration? And what if the consignee, the end user of this importation, are terrorist group? I hope we appreciate the possibility na baka hindi lang po income ng gobyerno ang nawawala. Baka hindi lamang po batas ang nava-violate. Mr. Chair, I lament that with that existing system as alleged by our resource persons, we are compromising already even the national security of our country. That is a manifestation, Mr.
Yes,
Chair.
thank you so much. And with that,